Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Spartan.
And I'm Pudgey.
And today we are watching Death Note episode 3. So the end of last episode was some big scenes. You've done really well being on point with a lot of your predictions so far.
What can I say?
Yeah, because I've had a better idea of the premise than you. Some things have been a bit more like obvious for me, but for you coming into it not knowing anything, I'm like, damn, you've done well.
I don't know why you doubt me.
So
all of you'll doubt me.
So you done well. You predicted that the person talking as L was not the real L, and you were correct. Ended up being an inmate who was used as an experiment, and now L has narrowed down Light or Kira location to being in Japan, and I'm pretty sure they said the city of Kyoto or something like that. So they've really narrowed it down.
Yeah. And Light went bloody crazy.
Oh, L got under his skin. That was interesting. I was thinking about it too. Like Light, we were talking about, you know, playing God and how that can be really dangerous as a grey area. But Light already took him no time at all to lose sight of that, because from trying to get criminals, he then just decided to write down the name of a detective who was actually, in fairness, doing his job.
Yeah.
An honest day's work. His job is to try and find murderers and criminals. And so he's trying to track down a murder case.
Well, he doesn't see himself as a murderer, and I think that's the important distinction.
And I get that. But if you're looking at what he's been trying to do, he's trying to hunt down somebody who's causing deaths.
People,
He's not done anything bad. And yet, because it didn't suit his agenda, he's like, big letters, your name's there. It's like, whoa, okay, all of a sudden where'd your moral compass go? It's just gone.
And I think that's going to be a really important part and a big part of this show. Like his moral compass, he does think he's doing good for the world by ridding them of all these crimes. But I feel like that has a whole other set of consequences. I don't think there's just going to be, okay, we get rid of the bad people and only the good people live. It doesn't work like that. Humans...
Well, what happens to those who discover his true identity? Because what we've seen, he doesn't take kindly to it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was thinking about it too. It has a very different meaning to this line that I skimmed past when it first was said. But then when I was looking at the footage, when he's explaining to Ryuk why he's keeping the Death Note hidden, is all a contraption. He said, oh, you know, I wouldn't want to. I have to be very careful with this. I wouldn't want to kill my family on accident or something like that. And I was like, okay, hang on. How did you mean that? Did you mean that, like, if they discover it, you'll feel compelled to kill them? You know what I mean? Because them discovering the book, they're not going to just die by discovering it.
Right. Yeah, true.
Yes, if they find it through the fire contraption, but this was before he created that. So I was like, oh, okay, wait, what are you...
Oh, it was before he made it?
It was while he was creating it. So I was like...
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Like, it could be that, and that's a very good pickup, but it also could be, like, if there's a fire and then they die in the fire because of the book.
It could be a bit of both.
It could be both, and I think that was done on purpose. It was placed there on purpose. Anyways, I've been excited all week to watch this because it does get the detective juices flowing.
After last recording, yeah, you were saying you were really just... You liked it a lot more than you thought you would. You were interested in going again, and I've been excited to get back into it too and just have our minds. After the end of last episode, I really saw, okay, like, this reputation is there for a reason.
Well, it's 2 episodes in, and already...
So much has happened.
Yeah, so much has happened.
So the challenge has been set between Light and L. Who can find whose identity first?
Yeah, we had some theories about, you know, L and Light and the connection point with their names, and then also what that means for who L might be. So go check out, I think, episode 2 for that. But yeah, I'm intrigued.
Thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the channel. If you do want to get 3 to 4 weeks of early access to our edited and uncut reactions, we'll leave a link in the description down below.
And if you guys are watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this episode.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
There are 14 people who claim to either know Kira or who have seen him.
Oh.
Yeah, probably bullshit.
However, nobody could provide any information that wasn't already publicly available.
Yeah, right.
This week, there were an additional 21 people who called in claiming to be Kira.
Oh god, what have they created?
We investigate the time of death for each victim. We found that all of them occurred between the hours of 4 p.m. and 2 a.m. on weekdays, local time.
Oh, wow. They're narrowing down the habits.
Weekends and holidays appear to be the exception to this rule, as the times of death vary much more widely than during the week.
Oh, wow. So it must be a school kid.
It suggests that given the times of death, our suspect could very well be a student.
Oh, dude, fantastic.
I know.
He's driven by a very idealistic notion of justice. It's highly possible he may even aspire to be some sort of godlike figure. We're dealing with an individual
Right on the money.
with a childish concept of right and wrong.
Childish concept has already just belittled him.
I do agree.
We must consider every possibility. I believe that is the shortest route to finding and arresting Kira.
He's bloody good. Now I know why he's cracked every case.
In the last few days throughout the world, but especially here in Japan, we've observed a dramatic decrease in the number of violent crimes committed.
Oh, wow. People are getting
It's a fair
scared.
concern. Not scared. He's saying there's less crimes.
Yeah. So the criminals are getting scared. They're going to die next.
But they're all dead.
True. But new ones.
Take a closer look at the exact way in which the victims' identities were made public. Be as thorough as possible.
In particular, I want to know if
You know how they're
photos
killing
of
him.
victims were made available to the public in Japan.
Yeah, wow. He's right on the money with this one.
Yeah.
I wanted to apologize.
What on earth are you talking about? Nobody said it would be easy to speak the truth, but it has to be done, especially when it's something that isn't easy to say.
I like that.
Respect. I like the chief.
Oh, sounds like Dad's home.
Welcome home, dear.
Thank you.
You realize? You'll get it in a minute.
You sure are relaxed. Of course. If the police try to come after me, I'm pretty confident I've got something that'll give me the advantage.
Surely it's not Al.
Hey, glad you could join us for dinner. You hungry, Dad?
Yeah.
Oh.
The chief. I heard his voice and I was like, oh shit, it's him. And because of the late nights, like, it makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's the chief
Holy
of
shit,
police.
so close to home.
You look tired.
Yeah. I'm not able to say too much about it, but this case I'm working on now is really tough.
I see.
And it's your son making it tough.
Daddy's a policeman. And that must be the reason why you're so confident. That's right. It's easy for me to hack into Dad's computer. We're on a home network.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh, so forget public timing. Shit. Oh my god.
Well, isn't that interesting? Looks like the police are already beginning to suspect a student.
Damn, he's got the jump on them.
He's got all the intel he needs.
Look at him, he's so relaxed, sipping his coffee, kicking back while he kills people.
Cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. If the cause of death is not specified, the person will simply die of a heart attack.
Heart attack, right? So why is he reiterating it?
So what's your point? In other words, if I write heart attack as the cause of death, then I should be able to write down all the details, including time of death afterwards, shouldn't I?
I was wondering if that could be a loophole.
Oh, damn. Damn, he's really gonna mess with them. But I have faith in Al. I do, I really, really do. So now while he's at school...
People are dying. While he plays soccer, it's crazy.
Inmate 148, what's wrong? Snap out of it!
Man's gone.
He really is a loner, isn't he?
Oh my god, that contrast.
Another 23 victims yesterday? Are these confirmed?
Yes.
The day before, there were another 23 victims. He's killing one off every hour on the hour.
Oh, wow.
So he's throwing him off.
Why not other criminals like before? I believe Kira is telling us that not only can he kill from a distance, but he can also determine the time of death.
Oh, shit.
Told you I had faith in Al.
As soon as we began to suspect that Kira might be a student, the
pacing of the killings changed, as if to contradict that theory.
Which means he is a student.
Too convenient. This can only mean that Kira has access to police information.
That's what I was waiting for him to conclude. Yeah.
Same.
This is a direct challenge to me.
Oh.
What room is Al in? He's like, I don't know.
If El's as good as they say, by now he should be starting to suspect someone with connections to the police.
Oh my god, look at them both.
So they know each other's thinking.
Showing them you have connections to the police makes it easier for them to find you than when they just suspected you were a student.
Yeah, that's true.
What's especially important is that El and the investigators don't trust each other at all.
Ooh.
He'll be obligated to start investigating the police to find the source of the leak. When
Oh,
that happens,
damn.
it'll only be a matter of time before the police start resenting El.
He's thought of everything.
El will investigate the police, and they will be investigating El. I'm not the one who's going to find El. I can let the police do that for me.
Oh my god.
They're very tricky.
I know.
I don't feel like I will fall for it, but it's very well thought out.
I feel like this whole episode, it's like, no, I've got you. Now I've got you. No, I've got you.
It's setting the stage for how they're both very, very much on the same par.
What's this about?
With all due respect, Chief, we're resigning.
Everyone?
You assign us to a different case. Otherwise, you can have our badges right here and now.
Why?
They're scared they'll die?
Well, if I were Kira, sir, I'd probably want to try and get rid of the people who are trying to catch me.
Let's face it, he knows he'll be sentenced to death if he's caught.
They're really not thinking like him, are they?
Well, it was all very impressive at the time. But then again, El never had to show his face or reveal his name for that matter.
And that's distrust.
Well, it turns out he was
Their
right.
photos are
Every single
available.
one of those victims' names and photos were broadcast to the Japanese public, and then they died. Unlike someone we know, we're out there investigating this case wearing police IDs with our names and photos on them.
Yeah, it's a fair concern.
The truth is, we could be killed by Kira at any time.
For these reasons, we refuse to continue working this case.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Stop! All of you! Hold it right there!
Damn. He's literally in this dark room, literally with a computer, and that's it.
Establish the concept that x squared equals large x. Now pay attention because this is important. Before we tackle more complex...
I bet Ryuk just walks around the classroom.
Oh no.
I am sure that somewhere in this list of police officers and the people closest to them.
Look who it landed on.
Yeah, I know. And he said the people closest to them, so he's aware of that possibility.
Yeah.
I actually think the notebook couldn't have been picked up by a better person. I'm here because I have to stick
so
around
proud of
until
him.
the death note is finished, or I see you die, whichever comes first. But make no mistake, Mike, I'm not on your side or El's side.
That's fair. He's very neutral.
You're being followed by another human. He's watching you right now.
Interesting. He's getting creeped out by a human? Brother, look at you.
I realize there's no way he can see me. But because I'm always following behind you wherever you go, I feel like I'm constantly being watched.
Yeah, that's why he finds it creepy.
I'll have to get rid of him as soon as possible.
Name and identity. That's all you need, apparently.
Why do Shinigami have to write the names of humans in their death notes? You got any ideas?
Of course not. Why would I know that?
Let's find out.
It's because we are able to take human lifespans for ourselves.
Oh, that's to their lives.
A human who is due to live until the age of 60, and a god of death wrote that this person would die at 40. Now those 20 years taken from someone in the human world are added to that god of death's life.
Oh, damn. So they take
Wow.
the difference.
Even if someone was to shoot us in the head, or stab us in the heart with a knife, a god of death cannot die.
Wow, that's interesting.
Your lifespan will not increase. That is the first difference between gods of death and
Oh,
humans.
shit. Okay.
The second difference between us will probably be of even greater interest to you.
Oh no, what the hell?
Shinigami can tell what a person's name is by just looking at their face. We know instantly.
Oh.
Because through a Shinigami's eyes, a human's name can be seen above their head. Not only that, we see their lifespan as well.
Oh, damn.
No way.
That's right. I'm able to see your name and lifespan right now.
932. What were all those numbers? Are they days?
But there's no way I'd ever tell you that. I may have a big mouth, but even I wouldn't go that far.
Oh my god.
And every time we do take a life, we always know exactly how many years we're going to receive. Our eyes just aren't the same.
Wow, that's a huge advantage.
If a Shinigami drops his death note and a human picks it up, he can grant that human the eyes of a Shinigami.
Oh.
A deal is made, one that's been with us since ancient times.
No way they're going to make a deal. No way.
The price for having a Shinigami's eyes is half of that person's remaining lifespan. That's all it is.
Oh, so you've got to be truly desperate for it.
But he's not even going to tell him how many years he's got.
Yeah.
If you were supposed to live another 50 years, it'll be 25. If it was one more year, then 6 months.
Holy shit.
You're saying that I can't simply borrow your powers. I'd have to pay for them.
That's right.
Wow, dude.
And the music's intense as well.
I'll say this once more. Give me half your remaining lifespan, and I'll give you the Shinigami eyes.
If I agree, I'll be able to know everyone's name just by looking at them.
That's a game changer.
Oh my god. Surely you're not tempted by this.
Well, screwed then. He's got that kind of ability.
I know, but only if they come face to face.
Yeah, it's true. That is very, very interesting. That changes the game completely. It's a risk on his end too, but if Light gets backed into a corner at this stage, he can just make that deal and boom, name, everything's revealed. So the only advantage L's got right now is that Light doesn't know what he looks like, where he is, anything like that. Interesting.
Yeah. But what's interesting as well is Light doesn't get anything out of it other than knowing people's names.
Well, it's easier for him to kill. So if people are on his trail and he can't get rid of them, I imagine it's going to be a situation that's going to be so desperate for him, he's going to need to use that power. I don't know when, but I imagine that's going to come into clutch at some point.
Damn, that's pretty crazy. And very convenient for Ryuk to give him that information right now. I think as he sees Light going deeper and deeper into this, he's like, all right, well, I might as well get some benefit from this.
Yeah, another impressive episode. Lots of great thinking. We really looked at Light's mind more than L's this one. L showed himself a little bit at the beginning, but it was really, again, focusing on Light. And damn, even Ryuk came out of nowhere and just, so a lot of information to digest. You guys probably noticed that probably not as reacting as much this episode, or a lot of thinking and listening, because it's just a lot of information to digest at this stage. And I'm trying to get the lore down pat so that I know what's going on.
Yeah, well, I find it intriguing that L is in this room. It just feels like a very cold room. Like there's no furniture, dark. And he's literally just got his computer and a mic. And he's, I don't know, like he's just, the only thing we're seeing from his life is that he is investigating like no tomorrow. I do still find it weird that we get to see his face, but small
bits of it.
Yeah, small bits of it. It's not like full here, there it is. But we also get to hear his voice, which you're better at picking up. If you don't see a face, you're better at picking up the voice.
If it's distinct enough, then yeah.
I would have thought that, okay, the father being a policeman and knowing who that policeman is, like the chief, is Light's father. But it's really not that big of a plot point. He just got L one step closer. That's all it was.
Yeah, because they've got, like they said, 50 odd people to investigate. They don't know if it's, could be more. They don't know if it's the police policemen or if it's their families, or, you know, Elle said that it was people close to them. It could be people close to the policeman, but there's still a lot of, let alone trying to track down somebody who's writing names in a book. I mean,
I know.
You're looking for you don't know what you're looking for. So it's going to really take Light to slip up. And as we can see, Light is like 5 steps ahead for the most part.
Well, I want to know if Light, like, what is his theory? Because he's got a theory for who it is, right? And he's obviously come to the conclusion that Alan Light is confusing, like mixed.
Yeah, I know. I thought whenever I'm going to talk to you, I'm like Light.
Yeah. He obviously knows that Light can kill at any time he wants without even being there. So he's already come to that conclusion. But I want to know if Elle is thinking about, okay, well, how is he doing that? There has to be some kind of...
Well, he is, because he's already said as well that he's been asking these questions about identity, were their faces and photos known?
Yeah.
Were their names known? I feel like what we've heard, he's narrowing down what are the common traits that each person who died had, and he's figuring out the patterns of how the killing's happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if he worked out how they were being killed, but then...
Do you reckon?
Well, worked out the traits that are needed. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Elle figured out that, you know, you need a name and a face, because that's the patterns happening.
Yes.
In terms of figuring out there's a book and whatever, no, that's a bit more far-fetched.
Yeah.
But I reckon he'll get onto the pattern of it all.
Holy shit. They're just like two really intelligent people just going at it with each other. That's why I feel like there's some kind of connection there between the two, you know. You can't just have these two geniuses on it. I feel like they've got similar hair, just different colors. Like, they've got similar thought patterns. So I can't wait to find that connection, because I know there is one. For sure there is.
So you think that there's a connection between Elle and Light? Because both their names start with L?
No. So obviously this guy has an identity.
Well, all we know is that he's the world's greatest detective.
Yep.
And no one knows anything about him.
Yes.
Then you've got the chief of police's son.
Yep.
Now, the chief of police doesn't know who Elle is. So why do you assume that his high school son does?
I don't think they know who each other is right now.
But you think there's some sort of connection?
Yes.
Like a family connection?
I don't know what kind of connection yet. I need more information, but I think we spoke about it in episode 2. Elle, like, this guy has an identity, right? Why has he chosen Elle as his cover-up identity? There's a specific reason there. But not only that, obviously Ryuk is coming up with new information about the Shinigami. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
And I feel like we're going to slowly keep getting more information, and I don't know what that means. I'm not going to give guesses right now. I've got a few thoughts, but there could be some kind of connection, yes.
Okay. Well, I think Ryuk's stance is very interesting as well, because he's with Light, but not really with him. He doesn't really have his back. He's very neutral. He's almost like an observer. He wants to see this play out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's cool to have that neutral party there, and the role he's going to play, I think, will add an extra element to the show while we've got this showdown between these two. I don't know how long it's going to last, but yeah, I look forward to seeing more of it.
Yeah, me too.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed our reaction to this episode. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe for more, and let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys on our next reaction.
See you guys.